Grr. So.
Mental illness is just the one thing that we understand. There is treatment, there is care, there is approaches, but if you don't become aware of it, I think we are talking about this. If you can't see it, then it may have been suppressed, or you pushed it away, you got used to that. I mean, we meet people all the time that are angry, but they don't know that. They're walking around angry. Blood pressure is not going to take place. More than repressive. When you talk about repressive, it's usually like, well, I'll go work 50 hours a week so I don't have to be long and deal with the stress of life. So then they overcompensate. Mental illness doesn't have to be. And I'm seeing that kind of change. And I mean, again, probably not the best way to say it, but since COVID, right, we've seen a big change in initiative that people are actually struggling. They've been struggling for years. And because we accept mental health as it is, people are okay getting treatment. And we have to be okay with that idea that maybe we are needed to be vulnerable. Because if you're vulnerable, you can allow help. And as it becomes harder, I don't think do what I do for practice.
Well, and asking for help is just like seeing an uncle see your physical.
Right. That's true. Knowing your. So I will say this, like one of the biggest things that I ever did for myself was 5 years ago. I was having trouble sleeping, and I had a lot of pain. Just, I could have ignored that. I had a very nice bond with my doctor. Small little things like that have been life-changing because it's improved my well-being, my relationship. We talk about mental health, sometimes the most important thing is relationship that you have with someone. Just trust, but also just being able to converse with somebody about feel that hear you.
We've talked about stress and anxiety over the holidays, and I want to get into the sadness, depression, and grief.
Yes.
But first, I found it very interesting. How did you get started and interested in becoming a mental health professional?
Well, that was, so I've always had my own struggles with depression. I dealt with it as a small child, 12 years old. Kind of isolated, just didn't really fit in. And I felt that. And then I got into doing, saying earlier, I was dabbling in fixing things. I was always trying to build stuff. Keep things apart, really put it back together. But then as I kind of found myself in high school, I started thinking about how does all this work? Because I ran a lot in high school, I was track, and I'd run and I'd be like, why do I feel better? Why do I feel better now than I didn't feel better before? It got me really interested in what these people were. And I started studying, there has to be a reason for me to feel better. And so it was natural for me to go into psychology, it was natural for me to go into social work, and then just kind of learn anything I could after that. And anything I learned, I always had this back in my head. How does this apply to me? How does this work? So that I can take it apart. Now, I don't think I can get nervous. But I do think I can learn about it and know how this works and feel more confident and aware of how change can happen. I don't think it was confident. I think there is resolution where you can find peace with that. And maybe you'll be able to
knowledge and understanding. So as you explain the knowledge and understanding of anxiety and stress, I can understand how that then could be communicate if we are not meeting expectations that we placed on ourselves or that we feel like others have placed on us. We can get upset and stuff. Feel like we're not pleasing anyone.
That is very true. Yeah, depression is very scary. And I think depression is very scary because when someone is overly depressed, they may not ask for help. And when I kind of think of depression, stress, the body, tiredness, fatigue, not feeling satisfied,
Sure.
feeling not.
I wish.
Just not being able to feel well about yourself. And it goes to the gamut of everything. Exercise, diet, all that stuff. Anything a little bit healthy, it all takes a hit. And so, as one falls further in depression, it becomes self-preservation really of the body. The body doesn't really want to do anything, and you become inactive because the body doesn't have anything to give.
They gave us the most unedible shit today you could imagine.
It's very scary.
Yeah, burnt rice, some ribs that had like fucking chicken meat on them. Chicken skin, like, but on ribs? What the fuck is that? Burnt rice.
Let me know when we need to ask for help.
Yeah.
Especially as it relates specifically to the stress and expectations.
Yeah.
We're not living up to the expectations for whatever reason.
Right.
I just don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Nowadays, to be honest with you, some people have these seasonal affective.
Fucking foul.
Seasonal affective.
You eat 3 meals and
Seasonal
then like
affective disorder
barely anything.
is
You get
typically
starved the rest of the time. It's a bunch of
in
bullshit.
scientific terms to the
I
sun going
mean,
down
I know I'm
earlier
fat, but damn,
and not having as much
I'm
sun.
fucking starving.
Vitamin D is being important for the absorption of sunlight, through the absorption of sunlight and diet. A lot of times people there's a bunch of adrenaline, energy, so you don't get too much pleasure.
Dead ass truth.
People can have things.
Hold on.
They also can have, like I said earlier, as I mentioned, if they had a really bad childhood, they might not know it, but have that approach. They might feel like depression. It's not important.
Yeah, it's foul. Can't really talk out loud because I might get kicked out. This place is fucking gross. Not the Karen again. Excuse yourself out because you're not welcome. Stalker. Bye. Hi. And you can leave too. Undercover. Nope. Dead giveaway. Bye. Because they're haters. Stalking ass motherfuckers. That's how they do. They haven't walked a mile in my motherfucking shoes, so who are they to say? Touch your balls with your tongue, so peace out. Fuck boy. Fuck boy. See ya. They don't give a shit. They just want to make fun of people. They do. They thrive on it. Live on it. Oh, and I'm sure you know, fake fuck. Oh, look at her. Fake ass profile, fake ass person. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't even welcome. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I get banned either. I'm not about to be bullied. Oh, and so do you, you piece of shit. We know. Noreen? My name is Noreen. I know everything. Bye.
Alright, bro.